Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be trying out and giving some first impressions on the Jeffree Star Pricked eyeshadow palette. So of course it looks super iconic, would we expect anything less? And there are the 18 gorgeous looking shades in this palette. So as always with my palette reviews, I'm going to go ahead and get the shades swatched to give a little first impression of those, and then I'm going to use some of those shades to create this eyeshadow look. So I hope that you enjoy. So as you already would have seen, this is the Pricked palette still in its uni carton. This of course is the palette itself in this little trunk design, which I think is just so cool. And then these are the 18 shades in this palette. So not all oranges, which you would kind of expect. There's a few like purple looking shades in there which look really interesting. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and get all 18 shades swatched. I'm then going to try out some of the shades and create an eyeshadow look, and then just give some final thoughts, reviews, first impressions at the end. So stick around and I hope that you enjoy. So these are the first 6 shades swatched in the Jeffree Star Pricked palette. So starting at the top is this very pale metallic shimmer with a slight orange flip in it. That is shade Pale in Comparison. Underneath is this kind of like orange glitter. It had quite a coarse feeling in the palette but has swatched softly, so I don't think it will be like irritating on the eye at all. That is shade Fashion Whore. Underneath that is this kind of like mustardy yellowy orange matte shade. That is Sliver of Sanity. Underneath that is this like sort of like a coral orange matte shade. That is shade Cutting Edge. Underneath that is a really bright orange matte shade. That is shade Vitamin C Word. And then underneath this we have got again another kind of like pinky orange. That is shade Unpeeled Pleasure. Alright, so there are the next 6 shades swatched, and I will say this palette is definitely very matte heavy, but starting at the top is this really pretty metallic shade. That is shade Pulp Addiction. Then we've got 3 shades that actually look quite similar. They do look more different in the palette itself, so hopefully like on the eye there'll be a bit more differentiation between them. But this one at the top here is shade Mysterious Circumstances. Then there is Papaya Latex, and then there is Orange Fatale. Like I said, they do look more different in the palette, so maybe it's just how they swatched is a bit, I don't know, similar. Then there's this kind of like purpley shade here which looks really interesting. This is shade Twisted Taste. And then there's this really gorgeous terracotta brown shade which I really like actually. That is shade Thorny. And there are the final 6 shades swatched, which I think are probably some of the most interesting shades in this palette. So starting at the top is this like blood red matte shade which is shade Forged. Underneath that is like a slightly darker orangey brown than that previous one. That is shade Double Crossed. Then we have got these 2 just stunning metallic shades. They both swatched like butter. So first of all we've got this bronze which is shade Unblunted, and then we've got this gold which is shade Glimmer of Hope. Again another purple shade, more of a grape purple this time. Again another matte shade. That is shade Slice Me Open. And lastly is this matte black shade with a little bit of orange sparkle in it which is Deadly Intentions. So yeah, let me know what you think of the swatches. I've been having a little look and thinking what shades I'm going to try out for this eyeshadow look. I think I want to try out that gold. That looks stunning. And then a few of the orangey shades as well, of course. So now that I've got all of those shades swatched, I'm going to go ahead and try some of them out for an eyeshadow look. So it's the first time using this palette. Before I swatched it, it was all nice and pristine and brand new. So I'm going to give some first impressions on how the shades perform as I go, and yeah, see what sort of fun look I can create. First things first, I'm going to get down an eye base, just using my Beauty Bay eye base in base 1. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to go in with shade Vitamin C Word, which was kind of like a bit of a yellowy orange matte shade. I thought this might be like a good starting point for the look, so I can go a bit darker or a bit brighter afterwards if I need to. I've just got this shadow brush here, and then I've also got this blending brush as well to help me buff out the shadow. So just popping this onto my brush. Loads of product has gone on there so easily, and I'm going to just lay that down. Wow, that is so pigmented. I just had like the tiniest bit on my brush and it's covered like half of my eye already. I think it looks more orangey now on my eye as well. So that's sometimes the thing with swatches, like they can look a certain way when you swatch them, and it's only when you actually get them on your eye they can look a bit different. So let me just buff that out just above my crease. I think that's buffed out really well on both eyes. It's definitely a really pretty shadow. So next up, I think I'm going to go in with Papaya Latex. As you probably remember from the swatches, these three shades looked quite similar, but maybe this one was slightly darker. So I'm going to go in with this one, and I think it will complement this first shade really well as well. And again, loads has gone onto the brush really easily. So this is, yeah, applying really easily. I think I might even have a little bit too much on my brush, to be honest. I can buff out as I go. No fallout. That's what I love about the Jeffree Star formula, is that you don't get loads of fallout, so you don't feel like you're wasting any product. I think now I've blended that out, I've maybe like blended it out a little bit too much, so I'm going to pop a little bit more on. I'm definitely gonna go for a darker shade in the like outer part of my crease, but I'm really liking so far how these two shades are blending and how they're looking together. I think they're looking really great. So there's those first two shades done. I feel like it's looking very like sunsetty at the moment, so I'm going to go in with a darker shade just on the like outer part of my crease. And I think I'm going to use shade Double Cross, which it wasn't the terracotta which was thorny, it was slightly darker than that, but I just think it will hopefully complement the look really well and just add that little bit of dimension on my outer corner and crease. So I've got this crease brush this time. Again, a little bit does seem to go a long way, and I'm just going to pop that into my crease. I like that it is slightly orange toned as well, so it does just blend really nicely with the other shades. It's not just like a pure like brown matte shade. It has got, like I said, those orange tones in it. Back in with the blending brush and just blend that out. So there we go with that so far. I'm going to just skip using the shimmer for now. I'm going to do the under part of my eye, like on the outer corner, and get that all done before I go back in with a shimmer. I think I'm going to use the gold, which is the Glimmer of Hope, which I just think looked really stunning. I think will look really pretty with these like orange and like the brown tones that I've gone for with this look. But I'm actually just going to use this detailed crease brush just to get on the under part of my eye, and going back in with shade Papaya Latex, which was the second shade that I used, and I'll probably blend that out a little bit with Double Cross just to keep it like a bit browner on the outer part. So I've just found so far all of these shades have just applied really nicely. They are so pigmented, which is absolutely excellent and really easy to apply. You definitely don't need to be like a makeup expert to make these shades work, which is so great. In fact, maybe I'll just leave it a Papaya Latex. I won't put any of the Double Crossed shade here because I'm really actually quite liking that. Okay, and there is that done on both eyes now. So it's now time to go in with a shimmer. As I said, I'm going to use this gold here, Glimmer of Hope, and I'm going to sweep that across my eyelid just with my finger. So that's how just magical that shade looks. Okay, yeah, that is absolutely stunning. Considering I've not placed any more like eye base or anything down, I think that looks great. You could of course like go for a cut crease or something, but I just wanted this more kind of blended look. Maybe next time I will go for a cut crease though. I think that looks absolutely magical. And then just to finish it off, just the inner part of my under eye, I'm going back in with shade Glimmer of Hope. I'm going to use this detailed crease brush again, and hopefully we'll get enough of the kind of shadow down, because I know they don't always perform great with a brush, but let's give it a go. So when you've got to be careful to not get an eyeball full of glitter. Now that actually applied well with the brush, I'm really surprised. It's giving me like Phoenix rising from the ashes, just with all this gold and this orange. I think it's really great. Like, I just think this looks so beautiful. That gold is definitely like standout top tier. So obviously to finish the look off, I need to add some eyeliner, mascara and some lipstick. So I've just got a black eyeliner from Primark. I've actually gone for a brown mascara. I thought it would complement the brown tones of the eyeshadow well. And I've just got this nude lipstick from She Glam. So there is the finished look. I absolutely love it, and I will give you a close-up of the eyeshadow so you can see that in more detail. I just think these shades look absolutely stunning together. They were so easy to work with, and yeah, I just think, like I said before, this just reminds me of like a phoenix rising from the ashes. I think it's a very autumnal look, but I really love it. So I have a few like thoughts and first impressions about the Jeffree Star Pricked palette. First of all, I think the packaging is just, yeah, it's just iconic. Jeffree, it's got like a different clasp to his other palettes, this little like hook here, and almost looks like a little handbag. Love the barbed wire effect. I think that's really cool. Got a similar shade layout to the Bloodlust palette. Of course, it's got 18 shades like they normally do, and yeah, you would have seen them a million times already. And it's also got a big mirror in the bottom there, which is always fantastic. So I was impressed with the swatches. I think some of the shades did look quite similar, but again, until I've actually used them on my eye, I can't say for certain exactly how they're going to look. I thought the shades that I used today applied really easily. The mattes were pigmented, not chalky. The shimmer I used was soft, buttery, bright and vibrant, and I didn't even have to use any additional eye base to, you know, get it to look this outstanding and vibrant. I think next time I might go for some of those more like purple tones, and maybe even that like matte black with the orange sparkles. That definitely was a really interesting shade as well. But I have to say, my first impressions of the Pricked palette, well, when I like saw like the release of it, obviously like a while ago now, I wasn't hugely fussed by it. I was like, oh, it's just like an orange palette, it's just, I don't know, for like fall and autumn, it's not really that versatile. But now that I've like got it and swatched it and used it, I can definitely see there's some real nice orange tones like for a more summer tropical look. There's some really nice deep like purples and like that black for if you wanted to create more of like a vampy look. And of course there are some really autumnal shades. Yeah, perfect for autumn, perfect for the fall. So it is, yeah, I think I like judged it too quickly, but yeah, now that I have it and used it, I really love it, and I can't wait to use the rest of the shades in some more looks. So if you've ever tried out the Jeffree Star Pricked palette, then definitely let me know what your thoughts are about it, or if you, like me today, you're just looking at this for some first impressions, let me know what you thought. And again, if you've tried out any of his other palettes, let me know as well. I have reviewed quite a few on my channel, so if you're interested in seeing some more reviews of these types of palettes, or just like palettes in general, then definitely check out some others of my videos. But thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give the video a big thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you again in my next video.